Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of Create Expectations. So, if you have not watched part 1, you should go to Zara's channel and watch part 1 first.
Yes, please.
Get all of the info, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a
I'm
comment.
Zareth.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
And then come back here.
It's not you.
No. And watch the rest of the show here.
Yeah.
Right?
The so-called dessert.
Correct. I had a McFlurry today.
Did you? What kind?
Score.
Score?
Yeah, it's the only gluten-free one, so.
What's score?
Do you not have Score in the United States?
That sounds like a Canadian thing for sure.
It's like a chocolate bar, and then the inside is like toffee caramelized piece. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm doing a very bad job of describing it, but
So
there's no gluten in it, so I can eat it.
all I'm hearing right now is Canada, Canada, Canada.
Anyway.
That's cool. I'm glad you got the Score McFlurry. That's good for you. So you've got viewer questions.
We do. Okay. So the first one that I've been dying to answer this, even though I think I already did, but Trogdor was asking if Volatile accelerator counts towards the defeat 50 enemies with feats. But Dynasty has on his daily plan that it does, but it's hard to determine without wasting energy. So yes and no. It counts in the sense that it's going to make it a lot easier for you to get the kills. However, if your enemies take a turn and the dots explode and kill them, it's stolen your kill because Volatile Accelerator is putting dots on your enemies.
Right.
So if you have a disc set up that prevents them from taking turns, like if you have Volatile Accelerator and then you have Unstable Decelerator, and your Unstable Decelerator is higher turn meter removal than the turn meter gain they're getting from Volatile Accelerator, then you're in the clear because they're not going to take a turn, theoretically. But yes, I have tested this, and it does steal your kills.
Yeah, of course it does. Dots have always done that.
Yeah, dots do it. Thermals do it.
It's very confusing not to, like, we'll throw shade at people later in the show for sure. I look forward to that, but not to throw shade though this time. I guess it confuses me. Like I don't reading it. I don't think that he could have meant something. That's how it's always been, right? Like dots always steal your kills.
Yeah, dots and thermals.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean. And this is the thing, it's a fine line to walk because do you take the disc off so that you can get the kills faster so that they're not stealing it? Or do you leave it on so that you can actually, because if you have weaker characters, you want the discs to do a lot of the work for you so that you can land the kill.
Mm-hmm.
I opt for the latter every single time, but that's just me. Yeah. I'm not going to, snub my nose at 4 kills versus 5.
Not even on my account?
Correct.
We'll talk about this later. All right, anyway. So next question. Vitamin D says, eager to hear what you may say about Fulcrum's Omi, specifically about how the bonuses will work for when she's alone or still on a team, the wording after the second semicolon. I don't know about any semicolon, but okay, so here's the thing. She is Territory Wars Wampa. That's what she is.
Right.
So she works alone. And she kills all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's only when she's alone. So I don't know. It looks really cool. I'd be down with having it in GAC, but
Right.
it does actually. It shifts a lot because now she's able to single handedly change. Like she changes the board a lot because if, especially at the top end of GAC, where everyone has everything kind of, and they all require omicrons for these different things. Like she can take down a Starkiller team, or at least certain versions of the Starkiller team with Juhani. She can
Hmm.
take down, but not only that, like that one of the really common ones that you see is like Shock T with Bad Batch,
Right.
and she like they she could beat that team, there's a few different teams that she solos now. So it is very very strong if you want to hook your guild up like with an extra just hey, you don't have to worry about one team on the board at some point. Like you can do that. It's very functional. One of the very top omis in territory wars right now.
Hmm. I mean, and this is the thing too, because it is a territory war Omi.
Hmm.
I feel like only having like one or two in your guild isn't going to move the needle. Like
Right.
territory war Omis are kind of all in or like majority in type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's. You're right. You're right for sure. Like if there's like a concentrated, like 25 people in your guild, and they're the ones who do all the heavy lifting, and that dynamic isn't, once you get to the really high levels, you need everyone involved to actually, do their part. But like I think my biggest thing is I would actually consider doing it for my main account even,
Hmm.
except well, first off, we don't have that buy-in, like you're saying, like the guild just doesn't care about territory wars. It's very clear that they don't, and I guess that's fine. But I'm not going to waste an omicron to help a bunch of people who aren't going to contribute because we're going to lose anyways.
Hmm.
And the other thing though is I don't have the gear for her right now. I
Yeah.
have to put gear on like Gamorrean guard. So yeah,
So
uh,
she gets to wait.
yeah, she's been gear 12 forever, and she
Hmm.
just gets to stay there. So
Mine's
she's
only
on my
gear 8.
she's on my favorites list though. Why don't you should wail on her? You did that for Visas, didn't you?
Yeah. That was like when Visas came out.
I know, but Fulcrum came out around the same time. I'm just throwing it out there. That's all.
It's fine.
Okay, so the final question. I'll read it so that you can
Hmm.
answer it. James Zad. James. Maybe it's a soft J. It's a Hamezed. Hamezad. Said, both of you? Oh, they want both of us to give. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Both of you give your top 3 or 5 non-galactic legend teams for hard conquest. Oh, they want my opinion on conquest. They're brave. I I am 3 million GP, and it looks like hard conquest is the most important game mode to build for right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of true, actually. I've watched Sarah's recent video, which was very good. Did you add that part? I feel
I
like you
did
did.
not add that.
But I can only focus 1 or 2 teams to Relic before I get to 4 million. Oh, right, because he's getting
Hmm.
to 4 million. So I need
Hmm.
to prioritize the best, thanks.
Hmm.
Okay, so let me go first because I'll run out of teams real fast.
Okay.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. This will be a good like. Okay, I feel like Padme
Yeah,
team
that's
is
my
is
first pick, Padme.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, I'm out.
You're out? Okay. I'm trying to think of like teams that I
Right.
use a lot on Professor X
Can I
accounts.
can I say one more actually, real
Yeah.
quick?
Yeah.
General Grievous with BB-8, like
Yes.
all droids.
Or new works as well.
Sure, but a lot of
But you don't
times,
need Newt Relic.
right? Which Professor X doesn't. But
Hmm.
yeah, so Newt can work, but
Hmm.
BB-8's nice in case you need all droids for some reason.
Right.
Because some feats, they tend to like droids for some reason on
They
these
do.
feats.
They
So,
do. They do.
but BB-8 doesn't have to be good because mine sucks as much as my Newt does.
I don't really use BB-8 on your Grievous team. I use Newt. But yes, you are right.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm out.
Okay. Um
CLS.
Yes, CLS.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay.
um,
I will actually legitimately let you answer.
no, you're good. You're good. But like legitimately, if I had to pick like just one team at the top of the list, it would be Padme. Grievous, yes. CLS, yes. I use your Jedi Knight Revan team a lot. Jedi Knight Revan, like a Jedi squad there. That is real nice.
Who's that? Who's on that one?
I will use Jedi Knight Revan, Jolie, Bastilla, a tank, and I just happen to use Old Ben, but I just like to have a tank and then literally another Jedi. It's usually Yoda,
Like
sometimes
Hoda, Grandmaster Yoda,
Grandmaster
both, either one.
Yoda.
Okay.
Hoda is good to have too, but I find that I mainly just use him to kind of keep people to cleanse debuffs and keep their health equalized.
Keep them not dead.
Keep them not dead. Yeah, and then I actually for dark side use your Empire team a lot. So Palpatine lead with Mara. Mara doesn't need to be like relict, by the way. I just like to have her on the team to feed the train to Palpatine. Vader.
Yeah.
I like having Thrawn for control and for turn meter swaps, and then pick a fifth Empire.
Like TIE Fighter Pilot.
TIE Fighter Pilot, Royal Guard. Gideon's great for also more control if you want to remove more turn meter. But again, like you don't need Gideon Relic. Like I use your Gideon, and he's gear 12.
Yeah, he's not good.
So, but the core is Palpatine, Mara, Vader.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would put on my list.
Okay, cool. So cool. Thanks for the Illuminate. Do you use bounty hunters at all?
I do. I don't use them super often, but I do use them occasionally. I find that they're just really like hit or miss in Conquest.
So okay, so here's a question then. I was thinking about this. I want to make like some kind of starting guide at some point again, like what characters you should gear. So now that we have Sortie like available to farm, like she's basically, I mean, she's not as available as the rest of them because she's not accelerated. I always want to say enhanced, but she's not accelerated. But so let's say though that like. Was that a team that you would advise people to go for early on Conquest? Because she is just really awesome in Conquest, and that you don't need her Omicron to do.
No, you do not need her Omicron. I don't know if I would necessarily chase her in particularly at a lower GP. Like if you're just getting into hard Conquest, I would rather have teams that are going to help you 3-star the nodes to get through them. And like I used Sortie today on my account and she's 4-star gear 8 and it worked. I had other relic droids with her. She died though, which is fine. Like I just needed to win. Right. But if she's gonna die, that's not really gonna help you, be efficient. Not that you necessarily need to be efficient, but just something to keep in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a future. I would still like take her to gear 8. You can still use her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took mine to gear 8 for you, I think.
Did you?
I think I even put some mods on her, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I told you to mod her. That's right.
You commanded me from your palace in the sky.
I think I actually said I will just throw mods on her if you don't.
And that scared me so bad that I just did it myself.
Yeah. Okay, so those are our top picks team-wise. Yeah. Padme is at the top though, like she's number 1.
Great.
Yeah.
We're in the game, by the way.
Oh, we're in the game. Okay. Where are we going in the game? The pack review?
Whoa. Sure.
All right. Pack review. We have all of these for $10. So
fancy.
all these lovely Gear 12 pieces.
You like them?
Kinda.
Yeah.
You don't like them?
I just asked if you did. That
You,
I don't. I don't.
you had a tone.
Huh?
You had a tone.
Oh yeah, like voices have tones.
Okay. Thanks, Tips.
Someone told me today I have an ASMR tone. So.
Anyway. So yeah, they're in there for another 5 days.
Yeah.
I guess it'll be 4 days by the time this airs. 4 days in a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This is
American pricing because
yeah.
CG still has not fixed the game. So
It's
yes,
pretty dumb, man.
I'm seeing American pricing. I still can't buy anything through my phone.
Here, I'm gonna actually just make sure people can see something real quick. Just so everyone can see her various credit levels. All right.
Thanks.
Just for posterity.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. Okay. So.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So yeah, mods were when? Just kidding. So. Sorry. What do you think of these? For $10.
I like them. I don't think I would buy like every single one. I think I would be a little bit picky and choosy. The med pack is enticing to me, and the multi-tool, because I feel like those I need all of the time.
Yeah, so the med pack especially is good because it has every Gear 12 piece has one of three of the like core like Gear 12 pieces, like the med pack, the scanner, or the syringe.
Yeah.
And the med pack uses one that a lot of the Gear 12 plus pieces use. Like it's so that to me that one's the priority. That if I were to spend, I actually did buy one of them already. That's the one I would spend it on. The other one would be the bayonets are nice because they can turn into, I mean, I just always think in terms of like trying to get Relic 8 for my main account, and the bayonets are used to turn into Relic 8 materials.
Yeah. So you could just scrap them right away.
Yep. Yeah, but you're right. The multi-tool the multi-tool one is really like that. I feel like that one's the most common. I don't know for sure if that's the case, but I feel like that one's the most common. And actually, if you're looking to just put Gear 12 on characters, you don't necessarily care about Gear 13 yet. Like obviously you want the pieces with speed and the bigger stats and stuff, but the multi-tool is extremely impactful. Actually, out of all of them, I feel like that one's the one that it's like it gives you tenacity, it gives you a little bit of everything, but it's all like potency, tenacity, and I don't know. It's nice.
Yeah. So, $10, you can buy them twice.
Yeah.
So.
I think in general it's good. So, okay. How much would it cost in crystals to buy one of these?
Let's go see.
Okay.
I'm sure there's one in the weekly store, right? Probably.
Yeah, if you wanna go that route. I mean, you could always just look at characters and find it that way. Oh, here we go. So, oh no, those are
No.
by 50s. Hi, folks. We're gonna pause it for just a sec. Okay, so here we are. So if you want to buy a full med pack here, 2,100 crystals, which is for $20 you get 2,800 crystals. So the dollar value, if you only have crystals, if you're free to play or whatever, then crystals are the better deal because you're not spending actual money. But if you're gonna spend the money on a $20 pack, then this is fine.
Yeah. I would say so.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that's definitely, it's enticing, at least to me.
I think so. It's not like a crazy good deal, and if you kind of like if you go to buy a vault and see how much like the value of the comparative value is going to be a lot a lot different. Like,
Totally. Because the crystals are cheaper.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's fine. Like, it's convenient. It's good. I'm waiting to see because at one point they released all of these for $10, and alongside them, they
Hmm.
also released all the Gear 12 Plus pieces, which are crazy better deals for $10. I'm waiting
Yeah.
to see if that actually happens again or not.
That'll be interesting if it does.
I almost think that was a mistake on their end, or
Yeah.
they were just experimenting.
Mm. All right. So that's that.
That's that. Okay, character review.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge amount of time, but I'm excited to
Uh-oh.
talk about Gamorrean Guard.
Yeah, because we think we're gonna need him.
Yeah, so what do you know about Gamorrean Guard? Because I don't know much.
He's green.
You sure?
He looks pretty green. He's in the raid. He's in the Rancor raid. I know that.
Yeah. My kids call him Piggy Guard.
Piggy guard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not
Piggy
wrong.
Guards. Yeah. Yeah, like...
Yeah. He's Hut Cartel. So, oh, you know what I know about him? He needs 450 carbs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So keep that in your back pocket for whenever we see him on the list for Jabba.
He is a scoundrel. I made both of our faces disappear for a sec. So he's a scoundrel, and he's a tank. So he's right there, right. He's just as good as the mob enforcer.
They're both tanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only other thing I know about him at all, well, actually, maybe I know two things. One is I think I remember it. One for sure, I know you can taunt with one of his specials, and the other one, I think he does damage over times with his basic, but I could be wrong.
Let's see. Yeah, damage over time for 3 turns.
Yes,
That's his basic.
yes. Oh my gosh, thank goodness.
Okay, yeah, and then his first special he taunts, and he gains retribution for 2
Oh
turns.
yeah, okay. He gains protection equal to 20% of his max health
While taunting.
while taunting.
So, okay.
And
then-
I really hope they rework him.
Man.
Expose
and then
them.
expose.
Ooh,
So
he's gonna
yeah.
expose you. Whew.
that's
Scary.
it. That's what he does.
Hide your kids.
Do you think they would rework him?
I don't know.
I
So,
don't know if they would.
all right. Here's the thing. So, Chrysanthemum, like, he's the new hotness. He's got the crazy big kit. Compared, like, this thing. This thing has more, like, just as many words in his kit as his vocabulary.
Right.
You know, like, not many. And Chrysanthemum's is just like a whole book, like all the new kits, and that's fine. That's not even a criticism. It's just, and this guy's got the outdated stats. Chrysanthemum's got the new fancy stats. Like, Chrysanthemum is probably intended, like, he's got all the wording. It's like, well, he's basically just going to go with Jabba. But what's more iconic to you? Like, I just want to see I would love it if Gamorrean Guard was the tank for Jabba, because that seems like it makes sense. I guess alternatively, I would be okay if he was like the tank for the secondary team, because it sounds like we're gonna get enough marquees. Maybe he could be the tank for like Bib Fortuna's team.
Right, for another one.
Sign of Jango's team.
Maybe. I do agree with you. It does like seem fitting that Gamguard would be his tank.
Yeah, I don't care about Chrysanthemum being with Jabba. Like, I like Chrysanthemum well enough. I don't care. Like, I just see, and you could do something, like, you could tie it to the ultimate. Like, if he's still around, like, if you're going to feed someone to the Rancor, like, you just dump the Gamorrean Guard in with him,
Totally.
Maybe. I don't know. That's probably would be a really punishing mechanic, but...
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like we're going to need him, though, and if he doesn't get a rework, it's going to be sad.
Oh, yeah, they need to restat him, too. Like, it's not just... Because all the the creep of the characters. Like, it's not just the kits are better, but they have way higher health, protection, armor, all these different stats. Like, his kit needs to be better, and he needs some kind of a boost.
Right.
Other than that, like stats or some kind of like omicron that just gives him some crazy stats, or I don't know. So
something.
I could see him being like the really awesome badass tank for Jabba in Territory Wars only. Like, give him an omicron, which I don't know if I love, but I could see something like that.
Oh man, let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. All right, how much time do we have?
If we want to be under 30 minutes, we've got 4 minutes.
All right. You want to roast a roster in 4 minutes?
Do you want to roast a roster? Oh, hey, you've got 41 allies. You used to only have 40.
I know. I got a new one.
Congratulations on the new ally.
Yesterday. All right.
Okay, here we are. Let me... all right, let's take our faces down. So this is Nilo from Rebel Force Tatooine.
Yep.
He is a tactical genius.
Yeah. He's 8.7.
Okay.
So.
I'm always reluctant to look at these rosters because I'm like, they basically have everything. But, okay, so let's see, though. So he's skill rating of 37, 35, so certainly a lot of room to improve there.
You want to look at his ships first?
Yeah.
Okay. So he does have, I'll just flip it so you can see. He does have all of the capital ships.
Oh, they're all relict except for Akbar.
Poor Akbar. Poor fish face.
Was that called for?
It was.
You know what, actually? So I'm reading reading the Rogue Squadron series, or listening to them on Audible. They have the non-abridged versions now, and one of the characters, point of view characters, is Admiral Akbar, and sometimes he fixes people, and this is no joke. He fixes them with a wall-eyed stare.
Oh man, that is too good. Too good.
Yeah, it just makes me chuckle. I'm like, it's such a terrible joke, but they've done it in all of the books that I've listened to so far. So, anyways, all right. So,
so we have a level 1 Gear 1 Sith fighter.
Okay, so but it is farmed, so good for them.
It is farmed.
But yeah, maybe just
level 1 Gear 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all of his pilot lists. Oh, okay. No, wait, those are the new ships. Never mind. Okay.
So Echelon.
Echelon.
I mean, you have the fleet for it. Why don't? What? You're 8.7, and my Biston and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder on my alt are significantly better than yours. Like, you don't have a way to beat the Executor build with the triple attackers. Like, you don't have a way. So congratulations on sucking at that.
I think everything else is pretty much relic. Yeah.
Oh, even Second Sister. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so like just really top-notch choice so far on this roster. So
all right.
It's easy to roast, you know.
You want to look at his characters?
Yes, please.
Okay, so he has all 6 Galactic Legends, of course.
Oh, he's only got relic 7 on some of them, though. Like, just doesn't like winning. You can tell there's some reasons people are in lower levels of Kyber.
Relic 9 on Piet, but not on Jedi Master Luke.
Oh, well.
I always find that interesting.
Every time? Like, always? Okay.
Always. Every time. Every time I see a Relic 9 on Piet and not on Jedi Master Luke, I find it interesting.
It's like
I feel like I would have just done it the other way.
He can't decide if Maul deserves another relic level. He's like, is he good? Do I want to prioritize him? I guess I'll just throw 6 on him.
6 is okay. Okay, so I thought this was fun.
Okay, so Omega.
So Omega. I just feel like, why stop?
Because you don't have enough gear.
I guess, but why?
I don't, I don't know. You ran out of
Ran out of gear.
things to get gear with.
Um, so all relict, and then and then
Nothing.
nothing.
What do you have
Level
against
one, gear
Savage?
one.
So I'll tell you what. One of the cool things I did with my alt
Mhm,
this week, which it didn't end up result in a win overall, but it was like so. I did the mirror with Darth Revan, and I
mhm.
lost to give. It was just a pissing match between my Malak and their Malak. My Malak lost. So, but their Malak was in the red. So I just had my Gear 8 Savage
Mhm.
jump in and just one shot him with his special.
Really? Gear 8.
Well, yeah, because it just does massive. It does 100,000 damage.
Yeah.
So as long as you're in range, like it wouldn't just automatically. It has to be under 50% health,
Hmm.
and it has to be, yeah. And then you, it's like a finishing blow, and it's not
Hmm.
even a finishing blow anymore against a lot of characters. Oh, look at that! They have Malgus, but only relic 6.
Hmm. Correct.
Okay,
Okay, so
all
this is
right.
actually what I found interesting though. So he's got all 6 galactic legends, they're all relic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we don't have any gear on the I feel like the next step with this roster would be to go for profundity. Like I feel like logically you have all of the galactic legends, you don't know what's coming with Jabba yet.
Mm-hmm.
You have all of the ships. Wouldn't you go for profundity next and put some gear on the profundity Rex?
Oh yeah, so I don't know what they're doing with Radis. Like Radis does have some gear, but
He does. But
yeah,
Jin, Cassian, Hera.
yeah, like clearly needs some work. Like clearly, I just don't get like you get to this relic size and people don't have a developed rebel fleet. Like it's such a stress relief to have a
Mhm.
strong rebel fleet. It just is, and eventually it's gonna be all stressful again because they're gonna mix it up because profundity is gonna steal some and whatever. We don't know what it's gonna look like, but right now, home one is like fundamentally it's so important to both of my accounts.
Mhm.
I just don't. I think it's more important than Finalizer, frankly.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I found interesting though. Do you want to see anything else in particular?
No, this guy's roster's good. Okay, well,
That's it.
yeah, I hope he held out his hand. I could just slap it a little, just a little tap. Tap. Let's look at their Hut Cartel real quick, just out of
Mm.
curiosity. I noticed that their Fulcrum isn't geared. Do you hate your guild? Just kidding. Mine isn't geared.
uh, I mean,
About what you'd expect.
yeah,
All right.
that's what you would expect, right?
Congratulations for remembering to unlock Chrysantin.
Mhm. No gear though.
You know, Professor X, the first person to be like the caretaker for Professor X, didn't unlock Gideon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's farmed all the way, but I had to do it entirely like instead of just starting with the starting like 30 or 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't unlock him for me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, Nilo, get some relic levels on your freaking Galactic Legends. It's embarrassing, man. Like there's so much. No, they are substantially easier to kill. Every level that you put on them, like really the like Relic 8. I know that
Mm-hmm.
my alt only has Relic 7 on Kenobi, but that's just because I'm so stressed in how many characters I need to be putting gear on. Gear like Relic 7 for an account like this that has everything. Galactic Legends should be the priority for Relic 8. I'm not saying you need 9, on any of them, except for maybe Master Luke. I can understand why you'd do Piet first, actually, in fact. But, like, you have other characters at Relic 8 that you normally wouldn't want to take there. But like, Sith Eternal dramatically improves. Supreme Leader Kylo, absolutely. Like Jedi Master Kenobi, that could be the difference between a Sith Eternal Emperor soloing you or not, or being able to take you out, or you having enough offense to chew through his health. So, very, very important. Honestly, those relic levels are something you need.
That's fair. Very fair.
I am nothing if not fair.
Sure.
He said grandiosely.
All right. So that's it for real.
Yep. All right, guys. See you next week.
Goodbye.